Okay, this is test number 3 of stream settings going into from OBS into YouTube. We continue to get lag and judders in YouTube replays, and my stream settings I'm sure has something to do with it. And it's at high speed and fast motion, so we're going to do another quick run around here in the F-18. We're at Salt Lake City. Active Sky XP is doing an incredible job of rendering the current the weather conditions. It looks really pretty. But and this is in HDR. And if you were to just look at the settings for the record, that's what we're running with right now. So we'll see how that goes. And I actually went ahead and plugged in my throttle clock. Yes. So it'll be a little more like flying an airplane with a stick. Rudder pedals are plugged in. See if the throttle's working here. Yeah, but we need to reverse the quadrant. So let's do that very quickly. I'm using the little throttle on the joystick. Good morning, Scott. Boy, the lighting on the cockpit looks really great. So far, this is very smooth. And the stream is only the right eye from the OBS. It makes it so you don't have as much weird, you don't have as many black bars on the right and left sides of the streaming image coming from the Oculus mirror. So if it looks like we're a little off the center line, that's why. Huge improvement with B4. Well, I haven't uploaded to B or upgraded to B4 yet, Scott. Are you seeing that improvement in VR or in normal, non-virtual reality? I'm still on beta 3, and I'm glad I didn't go to beta 5. It looks like there's problems with that. Okay, so what I was seeing in the last test was that here on takeoff, even though things going by were very smooth for me, they didn't look smooth on the stream. Toe brakes don't work very well on this thing. VR. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, well maybe I'll upgrade to VR to beta 4 since it's still available, because they rolled back, and see how that works. I think we're holding 27 frames pretty consistently here. That looks awfully good in VR right there, I have to tell you. multi-monitor aspect settings. I don't have a video, but if you go to the website on theglideslope.net, I have in the how-to tab, there's a tutorial post I wrote about how to do that. Okay, let's see how this works. Calibrate these axes. Okay, this is where I saw stuff gagging in YouTube. Now that's quite smooth for me in VR. A few little micro stutters, but nothing much. Let's try going to disabled. On Space Warp, that's still pretty good. Sunrise over the Wasatch Mountains. That was very smooth, made me dizzy.
Pull up.
Oh.
Pull up.
We're going to see if we can figure out how to turn her volume down. I think I figured out where I do it. I think it's over here. Maybe not. Well, regardless. Okay. See, this looks and feels absolutely astonishingly amazing in VR. Like, unbelievably good. Coming down Parley's Canyon here. Very smooth. We're getting 40 frames a second.
Pull up. Pull up. Roll right.
I still have to find a way to turn her off.
Pull up. Roll right.
If anybody can figure that out, let me know.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull. Roll right.
Come back around Mount Olympus.
Roll.
That's very smooth right now in VR. Neff's Canyon. Wow. And we're getting about 40 frames a second doing that. That's fantastic. And this is with clouds. Okay, so let's come back down into big, well, this would be Little Cottonwood Canyon.
Roll right.
I'm sure she's going to be telling me that again.
Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Pull up.
This is Rift S is what I'm using in VR.
Roll right. Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Pull up.
Snowbird Ski Resort. That's very smooth. Sunset Peak.
Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Pull up.
Guardsman's pass.
Pull up.
I'm going to find a way to
Pull
turn
up.
her off.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Go over into Park City here.
Pull up. Roll. Pull up. Pull up. Roll right. Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up.
This is looking amazing. Getting a solid 40 frames a second. Let's try changing it to 40 frames with asynchronous space warp enabled. See what that gives me. It gives me some judders in that snap roll.
Pull up. Pull.
Let's force it and disable space warp. That's very, very smooth. Made me dizzy. And then let's just disable it all. Making our way over to the Uinta Mountains. That's extremely smooth. And then finally, let's try it with 30 frames a second. ASW enabled.
Roll left. Pull up.
Give it a second
Roll
to come down
left.
to 30. I think when it's disabled is it's performing the best. I'm glad this looks cool. If you guys give me,
Pull up. Roll left.
you guys could give me a
Pull
sense
up.
of if you're getting delays or judders or stutters on the stream, that would be very helpful to me. Just reloaded my weather. Go through these clouds. See what happens to our frames when we do that. Yes, there's a lag, meaning there's a lag. So you're seeing a judders on the stream, not smooth performance. I might just have to go back to the other encoder. This is the NVIDIA encoder. That looks pretty neat. Uber Airport. Shadows on the plane look nice. I'm running a 1080 Ti.
Maximum angle of attack. 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 Maximum angle of attack.
That's one way to get up to 36,000 feet fast. Stall the airplane.
Maximum angle of attack.
Okay, so that's Sundance.
Maximum angle of attack. Maximum angle of attack. Maximum.
I know. Missing a frame or two every few seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna start again, and I'm gonna kill the stream and start again with a different encoder and see if the performance is any better. I don't know why my upload speeds are great. I've got the bitrate set to where it should be. This is amazing looking, by the way. So realistic. So I'm not quite sure why I should be having those problems, but we are. Off the Provo Canyon. Reflections look good in the water. Okay, so I'm getting some stutters there when I'm trying to lock it at 40. Very smooth looking, locked at 27. See how it handles running over the objects here. And then I'm going to kill the stream and come right back after I change my encoder settings. I'm also going to look in the manual and find out how I turn her off.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull
See if we have the sun coming down Little Cottonwood Canyon just like it would in the real world. So that's pretty smooth for me. Very few stutters. Yep, that's just how it would look. And we'll get a sense of speed here to see how it holds up.
Roll left. Pull up. Max. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Roll
Very smooth
right.
in VR.
Pull. Roll right.
Getting 27 frames doing that.
Pull up.
600 knots over the ground.
Pull up. Pull up.
Wow. VR has come so far in X-Plane, it's amazing. I'm going to try that low pass.
Pull up. Roll right.
Force 30 and see how it
Pull
looks.
up. Pull. Pull up. Roll left.
That looks pretty good.
Pull up. Roll left.
Couple of stutters with asynchronous space warp on. I think it's better when it's running on its own. Ooh, I just got vertigo. That was cool. Okay. Is the pattern full? Negative Ghost Rider.
Roll right.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Pull up. Roll right. Pull up. Roll. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Roll left. Roll left.
Okay. We're going to pause. Right there. And I'm going to terminate. I can read everything really well. Here, I can read this quite well, even without any super sampling. The new beta is really good. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to change my encoding software, and I'm going to be right back, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so I exited OBS. I went from the new NVIDIA encoder back to H264. So frames hasn't really cost me frames. It's putting more load I can see on CPU, that's for sure. Because now the CPU is doing the encoding. But I have it parked on its own two threads, or its own two CPUs. So I'm going to hyper-thread it, change my CPU. It's going to be easier so it's on 4 of them instead of 2 of them. That'll help it handle the load a bit. And then the question is how much it'll hurt my X-Plan performance. Well, we'll find out. So, okay. All right, we'll go back to doing what we were doing. How hard is it to control switches and knobs? It's a slideshow for you guys. Okay, Colin. Well, let's see. Give me just a second here. So it can run on all the threads or on all the cores. Okay, so OBS now can run on all 8 cores. You've got a little bit of a delay for me, so let's see how it goes here in a second. I can tell you that that's cost me probably 10 frames in the sim.
Roll left. Pull up. Roll left.
Still haven't figured out how to get her to be quiet. That's pretty smooth.
Roll left. Pull up. Roll left. Pull up. Roll. Back.
Let me know how that is. If it's still a slideshow or not.
roll right, pull up,
Definitely cost me
roll
frames, that
right,
encoder.
pull up, roll right,
I forgot
pull
to,
up,
yeah. So this is not worth it in terms of performance here. The NVIDIA codec is definitely better. Okay,
pull
so let's
up,
not torture ourselves with
roll
this
left,
anymore.
pull up, roll left,
Let's pause and go back and try one more thing. Yep, seems worse. Okay, all right. All right, so now we've done two things. We've gone back to the NVIDIA encoder, and we've also downscaled to the canvas to let me see, to 1280 by 720. So we're now not cranking out as much in terms of pixel detail. So before we had we were doing 1080p. So I'm now outputting at 720, and we'll see how that looks. You guys could let me know. That would be great. And we'll hit unpause again. But yeah, so putting the encoding back on the CPU was really
pull
cost me
up,
a lot of performance.
roll left, pull up, pull up, pull up,
I gotcha. So let me know how this looks. It looks good in the headset. That looks amazing. The light coming in the way it is.
roll left, pull up,
Notice my frames are still hanging out around 26. They haven't really gone back. I'll look at my just hold on this heading for a second. Look at some settings in Project Lasso here real quick under the headset. Yep, OBS is now hardly putting any load on the CPU at all because it's running on the graphics card. That's good to see. That's where the Real Salt Lake plays, is it right there? Now my frames are starting to come back up. Go over the copper mine here. This couple of low clouds are cool. So it's still stuttering now, is what you're telling me? I would imagine it would be over now. It's not, let me know.
pull up,
over into
Roll
Tooele.
left.
Dugway Proving
Pull
Grounds are
up.
down here.
Roll.
All kinds
Pull
of
up.
places you can't fly in the real
Pull
world.
up. Pull up. Pull up. Roll left. Pull up.
Now it's back up to 40 frames. Okay, so for streaming, we definitely want to do the processing on the GPU. Just for giggles, let's get rid of the clouds. Let's change the weather. And see what that does for us. That's really smooth. Not as moody as it was before, is it? That's actually pretty good with at 24 to 27 with ASW on. I feel like it holds on a couple of the spins and gags a little bit, but not too much. Way better now. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at the playback and see, because again, I'm now outputting at 720.
Roll left.
I think X-Plane is now doing a really good job of managing with Vulkan, managing on its own without having to force the frames. I feel like it's not as necessary. It's smoother to me when I'm not forcing him to
Roll
40.
left. Pull up. Roll left. Pull.
I don't know where my trim switches are. I haven't programmed them into the throttle yet. Let's see. Which one of these looks like it might be something that would get her to be quiet? Auxiliary volume, maybe. I made it so I don't hear the engine. Let's see if that makes her quiet. Okay, so sounds like it's performing better now from a sound standpoint. Now there's a view that in beta 3, frames sort of decrease over time. I think we're seeing that now. Well, it's doing 26 now, which is not so bad. Cruise along I-15. And still, I mean, the fact that we're doing this with home computers today is mind-blowing. Just mind-blowing. I don't hear her complaining to me anymore. I must have turned the volume down on her successfully. Good. Immigration Canyon. Really gives you a sense of space. It's astonishing. Go through these cirrus clouds. That's fun. You can see the Uintas down there. Okay, we'll just dash over the Uintas real quick, and we'll call this test complete. Yeah, I had the Rift, the original, and then I got the S when it came out, and I have to say, optically, the S is definitely better. I found the software has been more buggy for me, which is disappointing, but I think it's just a function of what the stuff is. Let's fly upside down for a minute. The Uintas are a rare east-west running mountain range in northern Utah. Highest mountains in Utah, too. Okay. Nice view of the Wasatch back there. That's a Strawberry Reservoir. So one of those things got her to be quiet. Maybe it was the Augs, probably. That's funny. Turn on our afterburners and get there in a little bit more of a hurry. The Uintas were glaciated, so they're all rounded off. They aren't sharp peaks like the Wasatch. – 700 knots. It's moving at a pretty good clip. See how it holds, how it does with these. Yeah, it seems to be doing fine. A couple little stutters, but not much. Well, I'll update to beta 4 and see how it goes. I hate to break this because it was working so well. I saw some people have problems with beta 4. But for me, this seems to be working just fine. And I'll keep working on getting the stream settings dialed in. That looks very, very good. Yeah, I've got 10.41. I guess I can make a third copy. It's this beta. Very little people out in this neck of the woods. You can see it's up above the tree line. These are cool mountains. Not getting a lot of artifacts from the ASW either right now. Couple. But I really don't see the need in this for super sampling. I can read everything just fine. Uh-oh. Whoa! Oh, that was funny at 800 knots. Hello from Russia. That's what happens when you start messing around. Okay, we're coming to the end of the Uintas now. We're going to be out of fuel here in a minute. I think there's some tree branches stuck on the Sidewinder rails. That was funny. So for you, Scott, going from beta 3 to beta 4 was a game changer? Is that what you're saying? Or just going to beta 4 from 1.41? Because this is beta 3 that I'm running right now. This is Vernal, out toward Vernal, Utah. I'm gonna go down to Canyonlands while we're at it. Okay, so from 3 to 4 was a game changer. Okay, well maybe I'll back this up today and then update it and see how it goes. Oh, you had issues with 3. Yeah, I see. For me, 3's been great. That should be the Green River. We are heading south. That's funny. So you can use all that with your... Oh, that's the ident button there. Where's the transponder, I wonder? I try to put that back to normal and I can't. That's your barometer. That makes sense. Ground speed 1,000 knots. Okay. We want to go this way. Yeah, it really is. What VR is able to do with these things is unbelievable, and it's so much more like flying. I mean, if you've spent time flying in the real world, it's totally different. How are we doing on fuel? Oh, we're almost out. Okay, let's quickly the tanks, if it'll let me without freaking out. Okay. There we go. Easily solved. Oh, I turned off my I managed to turn off my HUD somehow. Oh. I wonder how we turn on our guns. Where's the the chaff and the flares? The chaff and the flares. Ridiculous. I can see gauges pretty well in the 172 also with this thing. Oh, don't rut out. So, hook, light, launch bar, probe extended, external tanks, rudder trim, engine APU. Radio override. It must be over here. Electronic counter. Oh, hold on. Just continue to follow the Green River south here to Canyonlands. Engines on, bleed air. That's all our electronics. Battery consoles. That's where we can put our wings up and down. Spin recovery. None of that works. Oh, there we go. Armed. I'd have to set this to be the trigger. Yeah, armed for sure. Here, let's try this real quick. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Wonder if they hit anything. Let's find out. Oh yeah, they do. Huh, cool. Well, I guess if we wanted to blow some things up, we could. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, where's the green? Where's Canyon? There's the green, and that's the start of Canyonlands. Let's do some pod racing. Huh, that's cool. Still haven't found the Windows mixed reality. Yeah, that could be. I still haven't found where we drop our countermeasures. That's all stuff that works. Parking brake. Landing light can be off. All right. You haven't been to this part of Utah before. It's a pretty amazing place. We should be getting close to we could be in Santa Barbara in an hour and a half, or San Luis Obispo in an hour and 30 minutes. Should be close to Moab. It's fun to do when I don't have to hear her yell and pull up at me all the time. Okay, that over there should be CNY. I don't see how to adjust the GPS range. Okay. It'll let me flip that down, but it won't let me flip it back. That's good. All right. Yeah, now we're getting into Canyonlands. Let's come this way. The green and the Colorado come together. I think that was the Colorado we were flying over there. And this would be the green coming down on this side, I think. Look at our estimated time en route dropping. It's funny. Okay. Well, I don't know what else there is to do here except zoom down here in the canyon a little bit. This is the top end of Lake Powell. Way south. There's a little airport right there that I've actually flown into in the sim before. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Uh-oh. And I designed that little version of it. So Lake Powell can make for some cool flying. We blew right past Canyonlands. Overall volume is low. Okay, something for me to fix. things that you can't do in a Cirrus SR20. This might be a little tight, but we'll see. I'll adjust that volume real quick, see if it's any better. Let me know how this sounds. Maybe that's better. Okay, well, I think I've run the test about as far as I would want to. Oh, I guess I just loaded real world weather. I guess it's raining down here. That's funny. Didn't hurt performance at all when it loaded that, which tells you how good Vulkan is working now. And the answer is Vulkan is working very well. There, I had a couple stutters for some reason. Might have been loading scenery. We're by Bullfrog now, I think. Yep. Bullfrog Marina. Got a little airport over there. Wow. You know, if you've just never done VR before, this is just mind-blowing the first time you do it. And then it just continues to be astonishing every time you do it after that. Hyper-threading is on, Robert. I only have 4 cores. So I find hyper-threading helps my rig, and I'm overclocked a little bit. I'm overclocked to like 4.6. I've got a older CPU. That'll be the next upgrade. I gotta figure out how to upgrade the motherboard and keep all my other stuff because I've upgraded the RAM and the NVIDIA card and things. And it's got water cooling already. So there's a lot on the board, on the PC I don't want to lose. It's a fun place to go boating. Okay, we're gonna come to the dam here pretty soon. But boy, with the rain and clouds and everything at 27 frames and ASW, it is smooth as can be. Really great. Okay, so volume helped a little bit, good. I'll have to test it and find out how it sounds to me too. Well, we might as well just drop into Marble Canyon then, huh? We're down here in the, look at the reflections of the clouds in the water. That's great. That looks great. I don't have the main reflections turned on. I find it hurts performance too much, but I get the clouds, which is good. dam is right down here. That looks good. This is ortho I made, and it came out really well. It's so easy to use ortho 4XP and X-Plane to make your own ortho scenery. I don't see any reason not to do it. You just need the storage space. And I would just set it up to burn stuff overnight. Yeah, I've played around with hyper-threading on and off for years. The water in X-Plane is so much better now than it used to be. Now, I don't have any waves going on here. I don't know why. We have the waves off, and there's just no wind. Okay, Marble Canyon, which way? It's not that way. I'm gonna guess this way. Yep. Where are we headed? We're headed. Well, I think we're getting out of the this way. Right, looks like it. And then we'll get to the dam, and then we'll drop down into Marble Canyon, and then that's on your way to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's so smooth, even with low frames. It's just not, it really fools your eye. It's really great. They've done a great job, and it's only going to get better as they tune it. Yeah, okay, so we're coming down to height, which is this airport down here at the end of Lake Powell, if I remember correctly. Marina. And I think I did that one too, in X-Plane. I believe I designed that airport and uploaded it to the gateway. Not that somebody might have improved it since then. Okay, now we come to the dam. You can see all the power lines. Dam's back there. Whoops. Let me turn that on. So now we go down into Marble Canyon, which becomes Grand Canyon. Uh-oh. Something just loaded. But that just looks amazing. Even with the slight screen door effect that the Rift S has. I don't even notice it anymore, really. Some snap afterburners here, speed things up a little. So when you put in to go into Grand Canyon, you put in right there, and that's when your rafting trip starts. And something's working here. Something else in the PC is working. Can't. Okay. Colorado River down here. Well, maybe I'll back this up and yeah, it's trying to load scenery and stuff. It's starting to fall behind. I can tell. Maybe I'll back this up and then it's giving me some turbulence. You can see it's loading the objects at sort of the last minute. obviously have been taxing it for a long time. I had the chance to raft the Grand Canyon a couple of years ago. One of the most remarkable things I've ever done. This is still Marble Canyon though. It takes a while to get into Grand Canyon itself, but it's not red out yet. Now we're getting down into the real thing. This is fun. It's actually taking a fair amount of concentration. I don't know if we're gonna make this one. Which way? Nope. Nope. Oh, oh. Okay, somewhere down here, the Havasu River comes in, and then we might have passed it already. Then it's Grand Canyon proper. But this is look where that happens. We're probably already well past it. Let's get a bird's eye view. That was cool. I could do this all day. It wouldn't be the best thing, but I could. I had a chance to fly on a commercial flight next to an F-16 pilot once. Guy who had a bunch of hours in F-16s, and we were talking about my private pilot training, and he said, I was talking about stall practice and things like that, and he said, yeah, it's funny, we just sort of think in 3 dimensions all the time. When we want to go up, we go up. When we want to go down, we go down. When we want to go upside down, we go upside down. I thought, yeah, that's a different kind of flying altogether. Where's the river? There's the river. About 220 miles through the Grand Canyon, which is pretty impressive. We had a boat with a motor, and it took us 8 days to do it. If you ever have a chance to go down in it, spend some time down there, I would highly recommend it. All right, well, God, we've almost flown all the way to Las Vegas. And without maps. Good old-fashioned VFR flying. Oh, this is looking like a tester. Sometimes it's hard to corner at 600 knots. I looked at the chat a little bit. No. Oh, I just noticed my mirrors. That's cool. See things going on behind me. Generally. Yeah, it's really astonishing. When you add the ortho scenery, the VR, and the way the atmospherics work now, your brain is fooled, for sure. Look for this cloud deck. I don't know what the real world conditions are right now. Pull them in. This is from a couple of days ago. For now, reboot in a minute. And these would be current conditions. Little cirrus. Clear. Not as hazy. Trading altitude for airspeed here. That made me dizzy. Oh, we've got a two-seater. And a smoke trail. Cool. Where are we? 32,000 feet already. Sure looks nice, man. They've got the haze. I mean, it's just so realistic looking. Oh yeah, there's our contrail. That's kind of cool. That's nice. You can see it has two tails with two pipes. well, we'll pause this and stop the stream and then go online after it's had a chance to upload and see where I have the settings with the least stutter on the YouTube channel. Because again, I'm not getting any stutters really in here. This is smooth as can be. The question is, with the fast motion, what are we losing in the render through the encoder to the stream? Because you can't see how smooth and cool it is. I don't quite think it's what the point. I don't know what the point is in doing fast motion stuff like this. Awesome. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you on the next stream. Yeah. Oh, father, son, you just tuned in. Maybe I won't go yet. Yeah, father, son, we started in Utah, Salt Lake City, and then we flew over the Wasatch, and then over the Uintas, and then down through Canyonlands and Lake Powell, and then we buzzed the Grand Canyon at low altitude, and now we're sort of hanging out over the top of where the Grand Canyon ends and Lake Powell, or Lake Mead starts. But I've been playing with the encoding settings, and so I'm curious to see if we're having stutters. Smooth today, good. See how it looks when I do some low altitude stuff for you. Let's go disable and see how it looks. Saw my shadow there for a second, that was cool. That made me dizzy. So if you guys could just give me a report in the chat to if that was smooth in the stream or not, or if there were stutters, that would be great. Yeah, Independence Day is right. And again, I turned off the horizon in the HUD and can't seem to get it to turn back on, but so it goes. What direction are we heading? Roughly west. Yeah, there's been a fair amount of Independence Day movie stuff today. Smooth stream. Okay, good. Well, I am outputting at 720 instead of 1080. And I changed the bit rate and I changed the codec around a little bit. So that's good. That's what we wanted to test. Well, if we wanted to go to Santa Barbara, it's only a 56-minute flight. Or San Luis Obispo, I mean. Uh-oh, bingo fuel, bingo fuel. All right, well then we will pause now before we crash, because it's been a successful flight. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for helping me test stuff out, and oh, it's just rewind. Pick a different view. Chase. I'll make you sick to your stomach. It's already making me sick to my stomach. Find a different view. Okay, let's try that. That could be cool. Oh yeah. There we go at real speed. Huh. All right. Well, regardless. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe. See you soon.